After having some rain, we had to dry things out from the day before, but this is the morning we started, had a great breakfast, grilled some stuff, and got ready to go and took off on this trip.
A local told us that we should take this road to see something cool. It's only a couple of miles. And then, Catherine, what is your theory on that?
My theory is that he owns a towing business and he lures gullible adventurers up in here to get stuck so he can tow them out. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong though, but you know, it makes sense.
So far
it's pretty innocent.
the trail's just kind of a little bit on a rough side of a dirt road. Some ruts and a few rocks and a few mud puddles, but it's very pretty. He said the view at the top is the best in the whole valley, so
maybe we'll see a Sasquatch.
And Catherine's looking for Sasquatch.
I always want to see a Sasquatch, and I got a camera.
So we're gonna go up to the Comet Ridge, is what this is called.
And it's a beautiful sunny day after days of rain, so it's glorious. Actually, we had a beautiful day yesterday too, even though it did rain.
And it should be something to see.
Yep.
The peaks around here look pretty amazing.
In fact, yesterday we walked to a ghost town called Coolidge. I always want to say Courage. And it was raining, but it was super kind of cool and eerie to walk in there in the rain. And I enjoyed it a lot, but we were drenched. But it was worth it.
Yeah, her raincoat had raincoats and they were all wet.
Yep. But now it's dry. Because of the sun this morning.
Sometimes, you know, you see an old guy and you ask him, hey, we're just going to be spending the morning here. Is there something cool to go see? And he says, hey, the best view in the whole valley is about 4 miles up that way.
So you gotta go.
I always appreciate when somebody tells me their secrets. What do you think, Catherine?
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's shoes. I'm documenting the evidence of shoes right now.
Whoa, you found a beautiful rock. This is Comet Ridge. Nice little trip this morning. Yeah, look at how big of quartz there are. Oh, this is like a giant vein of quartz. Look at all that's quartz. Isn't that pretty? Look how shiny it is.
This is the one I found.
Yeah, that's a nice one. Yeah. Fun to peek in them anyway, huh? See what there is.
Poppy has the good light.
I got a good light. Big old chunks of quartz.
Yeah.
How'd you like those in your rock garden?
Yeah. I don't like the dirty quartz. I hear water.
Is it water in that one? Okay.
Besides the incredible view on Comet Ridge, we also found a couple of mine shafts that we peeked into. You couldn't go very far into either of them, but you could go far enough to look and see very, very deep holes and tunnels going off into the distance. So at some point, there were people that called this their home and were working up here.
Poppy's shining the light.
His light hardly even reaches.
Look at all of that in there.
I mean, what do you?
Glistening. Look at
I mean, what do you?
big old quartz vein.
I don't. What do you mean you don't see any eyeballs? Bears.
No bears. Wow.
Hey, look. That might have been where it drops down to.
It might have been.
Let me step in there a little bit.
Yeah, you guys get behind him. Let him have a look.
I'll see if I can get a little closer picture in here.
Grab the blue thing.
You guys stay there though.
Black.
Wow. Lots of water in here. Oh boy. They got big old timbers braced against the ceiling trying to hold it in down there.
Mommy's going. Can I go?
See, look.
Mom, can I
Just
go?
to here. Oh yeah.
Trying to keep the roof from caving in.
It's a collapsing mine. You see the quartz vein?
Look at all the pretty rock in there.
Now I think that is where that drops down to.
Yeah, somebody dug in there. Can you imagine? Big chunks of rock like this falling. There could be a body under here. Somebody could have fallen and they'd never have got him out.
Oh, there's a shoe.
Oh, wow, sticking out. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, it's cool how jaggedy it was.
This is video from the previous day where we actually got all of our clothes wet. We managed to do that by going to see the ghost town of Coolidge, which is about a 5-mile drive on a gravel road as you head up into the Pioneer Mountains. I would say this, that if you're not ready to walk, then you shouldn't probably do this trail because the road ends about a mile from the town. And once you get to the town, if you take the loop and go up to the main mine shaft, you'll hike the railway down to the mill. That's another mile. And then you're back in an area where you have about a half mile back to the town. And then you have to walk through the town, and then it's a mile back to the parking lot. Needless to say, we had a lot of rain and a lot of fun, and we got a little bit wet.
No. Did you see the chipmunks? Say hello, guys. Say hi. Say hi.
The town that became Coolidge was actually started as a mining camp. Process of it kind of is complicated in how it got its name and where it started. Basically, a man by the name of, who was the lieutenant governor of Montana at the time, named William Allen, decided with his co-investor, Calvin Coolidge, to start this mining project. He bought 80 mining claims in the area, and then his next step was to build the Southern Montana Railway. He linked the Elkhorn mine to the town of Divide in 1919. Coolidge was then built to house the miners at the large mill site. In 1922, they had a post office, a school, a pool hall, power lines, and even phone service. About 350 people lived in the town of Coolidge at that time.
You were hoping to get got by a bear? Ah, that's actually big enough to be moose. Some moose turds. This will take you down to the mill, but it's going to be a giant structure down here. Put your seatbelt on. Oh boy.
In 1923, started seeing the collapse of silver prices, and even though the town and the mine tried to hang on, there was also, in 1927, a dam broke, which took out some of the rail bridges that were crucial to actually using the train to move ore. And then by 1930, you were entering the Great Depression, and Coolidge has been abandoned since then. There was no restart. The houses have been left as they were. Everything kind of went into disrepair, and that's what you see today when you go to Coolidge. This mill structure that you're seeing actually had an entire 2 or 3 floors built on top of the cement that you see, which apparently was burnt down in a fire at some point that came through here, and it took the entire mill out. So a lot of the structures that were here actually burnt and gone. So what we're seeing are the foundations. This is a giant wheel that a belt ran off of, and you could find pieces of the decaying belt, but my grandson thought it was a great hamster wheel.
Yeah,